G'day everyone and welcome back to NS2HD. Today I'm going to do another super basic tutorial. This tutorial is designed for people who have never played NS2 before, have barely played it, who have no idea what a Lerk is. This tutorial is going to be about the Lerk, which is the flying life form that you might have seen in the previous two tutorials that I've done on the Skulk and the Gorge very recently. This is a beta tutorial, which means it's going to be outdated very quickly, but never fear, I will put out new ones as the beta progresses and we get closer to release, which will be happening sooner than you might think. So the Lerk is the third life form along. We've done the Skulk, we've done the Gorge, now we're getting a little more advanced. The Lerk costs 30 individual resources and has 125 health, 25 armor, so he doesn't have a lot of health and armor, you might have noticed already. And he is a flying combat support alien. He's not so great in direct combat, although he is lethal against single marines. He's more about getting in there and helping the other aliens that are already in a room, so supporting Skulks that are fighting a pack of marines, or supporting an Onos, or supporting a Fade. That's what the Lerk is all about. Now I do have Adrenaline available, and you might remember from the Gorge tutorial we looked at adding evolutions to your life form. I'm going to do that again here. Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of one of these because we only have 2 hives. And I'm going to evolve that just to help me do this tutorial, give me a little more energy. That's what Adrenaline does. It increases your energy regeneration rate, and that will help me do things like gas. In here, there's nothing to gas, there's no marines. So I'll start off with the bite attack, which I'm using on this extractor. A little bit similar to the Skulk bike. You might notice this is a placeholder model, by the way, on the mouth. It's actually the original NS1 mouth, so it's very much a placeholder. You might also notice it is a lot slower than the Skulk bite. You don't bite as fast as a Lerk. And there's some other important differences. It does slightly less damage than the Skulk bite, but it also has a poison ability. And when you hit a marine, and I will try to find a marine now as I fly around the map.
How do you know, like, holy shit,
I'll try and find a marine right now and bite that marine. Give you guys an idea of what I'm... Here we go, there'll definitely be marines in here.
Where do you...
Notice that green goop that came down the screen there. That indicates that I did get a good hit, and the poison is now working, and that will slowly destroy marine health. And oh, there's a marine. He's got a shotgun though, so I'm going to get out of there. Now the most important thing about the Lerk, which I've totally neglected to talk about because I've just jumped straight into his first attack, is the fact that he can fly, obviously. And when you are a Lerk, all you have to do is tap the spacebar and you'll flap your wings. Every tap of the spacebar is a flap of the wings. You can hold the spacebar to glide, and if you hold your movement keys while flapping, you will flap in that direction. So if you hold W and flap, you'll flap in that direction. If you hold D, you'll flap sideways, etc, etc. And if you hold space, you can glide and fly very smoothly around maps, although not if you're not such a great Lerk like me. So we've talked about bite, we've talked about the fact that, oh my god, I just got absolutely hammered.
There's a guy down in Crab.
Getting a couple of bites and then need to get out of here. Not having carapace is a real struggle against these marines that probably have level 1 or level 2 weapons at the moment. So let's have a look at that secondary attack, which you might have seen me try to use, that I'm using right there. The Lerk gas.
Holy fuck, there's a lot of them.
Lerk gas is an ability that chokes marines, and I'm just going to mute my fellow player there so I can do this tutorial better. So the Lerk gas trails behind you. You can see it trailing behind me there. It's quite transparent in this build. We are iterating on that a bit. And that drains your energy as you go. You can see on the bottom right my energy draining as I use that gas. Even though I've got Adrenaline, it does take up a lot of energy. And any marine that walks through that gas or runs through that gas will, oops, getting a bit of lag there, will choke. And here we go. I'm going to gas these marines and get the hell out of there, which is what the Lerk is great at doing. You can see the hit indicator on my HUD telling me I'm getting some gas hits there. Here we go again. Notice how I'm gassing in amongst my fellow players as they fight. And that gas also trickles to the ground. So I'm trying to support these aliens while they fight around this extractor. Rather than going for the kills myself, you'll naturally pick up some kills from using your gas as your mates damage those marines. And that's what gas is great for, is mixing it up in the middle of a battle. And can I get a poison hit on that marine and then fly out of there? The trick with surviving as a Lerk is to always be moving as quickly as possible. Fly around all over the place, do crazy acrobatics, dive for the floor and up to the ceiling constantly, because that's the only way you'll survive. Okay, the Lerk's got in there, so I'm going to get in there as well and get some poison bites off and then get out. Notice how I'm flying all over the place, just getting out of there with only 11 health. But I was dancing around all over the screen after getting those poison bites in. So getting the bite in and leaving, rather than sticking around and trying to get more bites in, will make you a more survivable Lerk. And when the Lerk costs 30 resources, it's by no means a cheap alien. You don't want to throw a Lerk away in a match, because if you do, it's a big loss of resources, and you won't have enough life forms out later in the game if you're losing early life forms like the Lerk. So it looks like we are fighting around here. There's a Skulk in there, but I don't think I can support him. He's already left. So just dropping some gas as I leave, in case those Marines do choose to give chase. And just filling the whole area with gas. And that discourages Marines from getting in there and trying to follow us and push forward to our positions. Now the Lerk does have some other abilities, but I don't think our commander has evolved them. The commander has to evolve each ability. Oh, actually, sorry, the commander is evolving it right now. Now the next ability I want to talk about is spikes, and you can see right here there's a progress bar on this hive, sorry, that says the commander is researching spikes. And when that's done, I will be able to show you the Lerk's slot 2 ability. So spikes have been researched. I've selected them by pressing 2. You can see that on the lower right they've been selected. And oh wow, that's 5 Marines just getting out of there. So instead of demonstrating that ability, I'm actually going to fly back to the hive, because that was a lot of Marines. I'm going to need to heal up before I get back in. Let's see if, yes, we can get some more abilities. I'm going to get Carapace and Adrenaline. I like to get Carapace as a Lerk because you have the speed to fly back and heal at the hive. You don't really need to be healing during the battle or just outside the battle, like say you might want to do as a fade. And Adrenaline obviously is great because the Lerk is very energy heavy, and it gives you a bit more... Oh, not again, far out. You can see there I was flying straight and I copped a lot of hits and I lost a lot of health. I'm just going to chill here for a second, see if I can see them through the catwalks. I can't. Okay, I'm going to fly back up, and I can't find them. But I do want to demonstrate these spikes. I'll use them on this power node. It is a ranged attack. It does quite a bit of damage. It's great for harassing Marines from a distance, finishing them off after you've got a poison bite into them. And it has a fairly decent range. You can see it's hitting that wall all the way over there. So you can, although it is very inaccurate from that range. Look, there's assist flying in the air. That's interesting. And the lights have gone out here, which is pretty cool. So we've got 2 fades here. I'm going to try and support these guys in attacking this Marine position. A mine going off, that's going to cause problems. Getting a good gas run there. Oops, bit of lag as well. A good gas run, dropping gas all over these Marines. Making it harder for them to survive against... Can I get a poison bite in? Yes, I can. Now I'm going to bail out of there because I'm starting to take damage. It's all about supporting your fellow aliens. Flying around a Marine while deploying gas will always get a bit of gas damage into them. It's a great way to do it. Fly circles around them, move in figures of 8 around a room, deploying as much gas as possible to just make sure they're copping damage all the time. And that'll help your friends as they try to knock down those Marines. So guys, that is the basics of the Lerk. And again, this was a tutorial for people that have barely played NS2. So if you're an advanced player and this sounded a bit basic, no worries, I'll be back to more advanced play. I've been mixing up advanced play with basic play in the last few videos, and I'll continue to do that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and stick around because there will be many more NS2HD videos in the near future.